Samore Love Bugs, you have now tuned into my Black Ink Crew recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so. Also, be sure to share this video on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, wherever you like to share videos. Also, be sure to give it that good old thumbs up, okay? Guys, and also, if you like love and hip-hop, then my recap for love and hip-hop is on my number uno channel, which has a little bit of everything, lifestyle channel, as well as hair reviews, lipstick, anything, you name it, I got it on there, okay? And so be sure to check that out. That's Samore Love TV without the real, okay? And lastly, in case you were wondering, lipstick is MAC Cyber, and the hair is from bestvirginhairweave.com. I will put a 10% code in the description area if I remember, because sometimes I forget stuff like that. If you don't see it and you are interested, then let me know, okay? Alright, so we start off with Duchess. She was sketching out this amazing tattoo that I was in love with. I was like, oh my god, I would like have totally gotten something like that if my boobies were like perky and I didn't have to wear like the super what is it called? The super wonder bra in order to get my titties looking like that. But the girl that came in, I'm assuming she has implants just because of how full and perky her titties were after she got her tattoo, and she was just like looking at them. I'm like, whoa, okay, girl. They like, bop, bop, look at me, honey. So, yeah, it kind of reminded me of the whole Rihanna in the middle of your chest, look at my boobs, under my boob type of tattoo that she got there. Me, personally, I wouldn't get something like that just because I'm a little chunky monkey, and, yeah, it wouldn't. No, ain't nobody seeing it. It's not going to be shown ever, so it don't make any sense. I'm thinking about getting another one coming up soon. I know I told you guys that before. Only bad thing is that my eczema has been acting up, so I'm just trying to wait until that stuff clears up before I do anything else to my skin. So, yeah, it's going to probably not be until maybe August if I do. I was going to do it in March, but I've rescheduled. I called my tattoo guy up, and I'm like, my skin's doing a little something funky. Anyway, Kwani and Puma, they're working together now. She's doing his styling for a photo shoot that he's doing for, was it Urban Ink magazine? It might have been Urban Ink. I didn't get the full entire name, or maybe I did. It could be Urban Ink. But I just hate to say the wrong name, but I think that's what it might have been for. And it's cute to see him actually like believing in her, working with her. It's really nice. And it looks like she did a really good job. And did you see when Sassy was talking in the commentary how her hair was, super cute? I want some color. Actually, I have a color wig. I bought it like months ago. Still haven't gotten a chance to do a review on it. I'm really hoping that it's not a disaster, because I bought a gray one, and I don't even know if I want to put that video up because it is a disaster. I bought it from like a cheap place, and it's like, oh. So, anyways, Puma, Kwani, she was talking a little bit about the whole situation that occurred last week where things was torn up, you know. It was looking like a block party, the way that people was out in the streets and cops was there ready, willing, and ready to lock people up. They was just waiting to have a field day, but luckily they kept their senses and didn't do anything stupid. But he says that he understands why Kwani's upset, because he's from the Bronx, and coming up to somebody's door, knocking on their door when you're not even cool like that is kind of saying like, I got beef with you type of thing. So he was like, you know, and he doesn't really rock like that. I mean, me personally, it's kind of true. I can tell you, like, somebody you don't mess with is coming to your door. Because that's what things that you say, like a dummy. You be like, yo, you know where I live? Come see me, you know? Or some crazy, like, come over to my house. I remember I've done some stupid things like that back in my youth. So I totally know and understand what it is that he's talking about when somebody that you don't really rock with like that, you don't mess with, you don't talk to, you just had a fight with not too long ago, come see your house. It's like, yo, what you coming to my house for? If you got something to say to me, call me, text me, send me a Twitter, you know, tweet me, Facebook me. There's so many other modes to be able to try to chat with somebody, unless that person is like ignoring you, then maybe do you try to knock on somebody's door? I mean, I still think it's a little weird, but I do think that at the end of the day, I stand by what I said last week, where I feel like she blew everything out of proportion, and she just made it really worse. They might have been able to actually have a decent conversation, maybe, if she would have told Puma, okay, this dude was at the house. Can you find out what he was here for? As opposed to going off, getting she crackhead or whoever, you know, I don't know who her aunt is, but that's what it kind of seemed like. But getting her aunt and whoever else and her mom involved in the madness and the craziness and just turning it up even more than it was supposed to be. Caesar and Duchess, they go to City Island and they talk about their engagement party that they're going to be having. Like, this is for real, for real. They're really about to get it on and popping. And she says that her father's kind of upset that he didn't, like, talk to him and ask him for his daughter's hand in marriage. And he was like, you know, I'm from the hood, from Harlem and all those things. I don't really know about those things and those values and stuff like that. Like, he's just like, I thought it would be good enough for me to actually be going to the next step and asking you to marry me. Didn't realize that it was like you had to do it the official way. I think the misconception here, or the whole problem, is that so many women, they don't have their fathers around them all the time, or they don't have that father figure. So you don't even have to worry about that a lot of times. It's just like, okay, I would like to marry you. You do the proposal, that big proposal and everything. And that's where the story ends, especially when you're from the hood. But there are special cases, you know, quite a few actually, that do have their fathers in their life, that are there and very much so involved, even though that they're older. So that's what he was expecting, especially being that he's from down south as well. That's a whole different ball game as opposed to up here, living in the hood, in the ghetto, whatever, growing up a certain type of way. Sassy and her girl, they were going to be meeting up with her parents. Well, the parents are supposed to be meeting, but last minute, Dee Dee's mother just kind of quit the whole thing. She's like, nah. I guess once she heard that it was going to be a girl that they were going to be meeting up with, everything changed. It was like, nah. Like, I guess she just didn't feel comfortable. She kind of threw it on her and just expected her to come. And it kind of helped to get the moment flowing with Sassy's mother, who is super cute, let me say that. And she looks younger than Sassy. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. And y'all said it too. I saw the comments. Y'all like, ooh, yeah. Her mom is a hottie, okay? Yeah, so it was like a moment for them to kind of share that special bond. She's like, you know, I would never do anything like that. So she asked her like where her mother was, and she told her, and then she's like, you know, regardless of anything, I'm always going to support my daughter. And then it kind of like, they hugged it out, and she's like, you know, if this is real, if you're really here, then I'm in it. I'm here. And that's what it is. And I really love that. That was like a turning point, you know, for their whole situation. So hopefully things get better after this, but she still gotta have to meet her mama somewhere and another, because I mean she doesn't have to, but it would be right. So this woman comes into the shop and she wants her whole body tattooed. She wants, like, I don't even know what the hell the thing was. I think it was some kind of dragon or something that goes from here all the way down to her feet. And Caesar's like, are you sure you want to do that? I don't think you should, because to do that in one sitting is crazy. That's like having 3 babies in one sitting, like one at once, all at once. And she looked like she was kind of a little spooked out by it. And he said in his commentary, like, you know, a lot of people come and they see art, they see something that looks nice, but they don't realize how much work and how much pain it's going to be on the body. I mean, something like this, it took so much out of me, because, you know, your endorphins and all those other things are flowing, and it's just crazy. It's like you're really literally getting stabbed like a whole bunch of times, and your body's kind of like going into shock, if you want to say that, to be able to handle the pain that you're going through. So anyways, she gets her back. I don't think she got the whole entire thing. I think, and then she was kind of flirting with him, but I feel like that scene was so staged because you're coming to Black Ink. This show is not the first season. I think that you know something about him. Maybe you might not know that they're currently together because it just filmed while she was coming in, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know. It just seemed like super staged so that he can profess his love and show how much he loved Duchess and how much he's grown and how he wants to do right by her. Duchess and Caesar, they finally have their engagement party. It's a nice, 1970s theme? I think it was 70s, or it might have been, it looked like it was before the 1970s. Because it really seems like super old school, like back when they had the sailors that were in the little saloons. And that's the kind of theme that it more so looked like to me. And when they had the little finger waves and stuff like that. Anyways, they're all up in the little area that they are, and they come down with the smoke like they Jay-Z and Beyonce or something. I'm like, okay, make that grand entrance, booze. And it just was like a very nice party. They kind of put the pressure on Caesar because that's when they were saying like, are you going to ask her for their hand in marriage and things like that. And he's just like, whoa, like, can we slow it down just a little bit? My goodness, what y'all doing to me? Y'all supposed to be my people. Come on. Y'all throwing me in the fire right now. And, following that, it was just like, oh, you know who else was there? Johnny Blaze was up in the building. Johnny Blaze. Yeah, I seen her as one of the guests that were there. So when Caesar and Dutch's father go fishing, which was following this, he finally asked for his hand in marriage, but her father does let him know, like, yo, like, I don't want her to be hurt anymore, and you know, you did what you did, and you guys have a history, and I just want her to be happy. That's my main thing. If you're gonna cherish her heart and protect it, then I'll let her go, like, freely. And yeah, I mean, they have a nice little talk. Her father is a little intimidating, you know, because he got them guns. You could tell he worked out and he's from the military, and then he was talking some killing death stuff in the little house over there on the hill type of thing. It's like, whoa, partner, what we talking about right now? And following that, he was chilling with Caesar and Coley. And all of a sudden, Kathy comes, and she is talking about I want to do the DNA test because I want things, she pretty much wants to have the confirmation herself. I think she thinks that he did it wrong, which maybe he could have, because remember, he was high around those times. So when you're high, you don't necessarily do things right all the time. I mean, I'm just saying. So that's what she wants to do, and he gets upset. He's antagonizing her. He's just like playing with her. He's pushing her papers, and they're throwing stuff at each other. And he starts, after a while of taunting her, he starts to get real because she gets real. She's upset. She's crying. She's like, she just wants to do this. And then she's putting out stuff about him. She's saying that a lot of times when the Coley's daughter, Lulu would come over, she was the one that would watch her because he would be high and trying to get high in front of the kids and stuff like that, and doing drugs, and all the time he was going to jail. She was the one that was watching her. So I'm like, she was like, I was watching your daughter. I was. So that part was a little bit crazy with that, her revealing that stuff, and that's why I think that kind of hit him hard, and it seemed like he started getting serious after she said that. So yeah, that was like a little bit of a turning point where he had to be taken to the back, and Caesar kind of gave him a little bit of a talking, and he's like, you know, you have to still be a father to him regardless. And he's like, yeah, I know, like, he been said that. It's like, I don't think that was any question about anything. I feel like he just needs to be careful what he says, because, you know, these are going to be public records forever. And just because he doesn't know or he's not aware now, he may look back at these shows one day and see all the things that his father said or whatever. So he definitely, regardless of anything, has to be careful what he says about the whole situation. And he does say, Caesar, he brings up good points, like, this is not just going to hurt Kathy. If you're trying to hurt Kathy, it's also going to hurt the boy, I forget his name right now, totally slipped my mind, and it's also going to hurt Lulu, because Lulu even named her dog or something like that after the kid. So he agrees to take the DNA test, and we're just gonna wait for the results. The last thing that happened is that Sky is out of jail, honey. Yes. So we gonna see some more Sky. How long she had to stay in there? Was it 90 days or something like that? Well, she's out now, and she's about to turn up, and it looked like her and Teddy about to get it on and pop it. I mean, they did before, for the most part, but he got all dressed up this time. Like, it was a different type of situation. It would be nice if he kind of changes up a little bit. I mean, you're getting older. You might as well find someone that you vibe with. You're talking about how much you care, you love her, and this and that. You're selling your good sneakers that you call your babies them. So you might as well hook up or something. I mean, y'all seem like a pretty decent type of couple. Like, they would be like on some fun couple that is ride or die for each other. They need to get that Bobby, his name Bobby, right? Bobby out to the picture, because he ain't nothing. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't even go see her. I wonder if he saw her after, because that's crazy. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I will see you in the next one. Later.